Hey guys, Eric here. I have been awake for. Oh, my hair is getting long again. I'm so glad. I have been awake for 18 and a half hours. Yay. Um, I am getting ready to go to sleep. If you can't tell, I'm lying on my bed. Actually, I lie on my bed in a lot of videos. I guess that really doesn't mean a whole lot, huh? Alright, guys, I just wanted to give a short shout out to Aaron. Aaron, you recently sent me an email and I have been waiting for so long for somebody to recognize and say this to me. Aaron recently sent me an email. We were talking, and he said, "Eric, you are wise, and I trust your intuition." That last comment where he said he trusted my intuition, I have waited so long for somebody to tell me that, and nobody ever did. So I just want to say thank you. Words can't express how good it felt to finally hear somebody else and like genuinely mean it. That meant a lot to me that somebody trusts me enough to be like, hey, Eric is making a judgment where I have absolutely no rationale as to where he's coming to the conclusion. Let's roll with it. For me to, I feel almost like a leader in that sense that somebody else would. Oh, I'll have to get back to that. I have a D&D game tonight. That somebody else would trust me enough to follow my judgment without questioning it. I'm thinking, who am I? Who am I that I would even have the privilege of being in such a humble position? Like that blows my mind. I never once thought that I would ever really be anything more than like a shepherd boy, metaphorically speaking. I didn't ever think that I'd be something great, someone recognized, and a lot of times it's the meek people that end up getting these positions, and you might question in yourself, what about you? What about me? Will I ever get to that place? And I just want to say something to all of you INFJs out there. Your intuition is a gift. It is so unlike anything else this world can offer or bring to the table. I just want to point out a lot of CEOs and companies are INFJs or businessmen. Someone at the top of a company, of almost every company, is an INFJ. I shouldn't say almost every. Obviously, there's national companies. But a lot of big shots are INFJs because their intuition helps them to make good judgment calls around the table of meetings. And people listen and it profits the business. All right, INFJs, you have a gift. And just because someone doesn't recognize it does not mean it's not valuable. And I want to say this as gently and gracefully as I possibly can. But if you don't find value in your own potential, nobody else will validate you. At least most people won't validate you because they don't understand intuition. Intuition is so complex. Unless somebody else has and operates with intuition, they don't understand it. And for record, that's mostly female that operate by intuition. And women have 3 times better intuition than men. Female INFJs, I don't really think trump male INFJs. Here's why, and this is a little bit extra. Males have a chemical in their body called vasopressin. It is a variant chemical that women do not produce as much of. Vasopressin dampens a man's emotions so that we don't feel and think emotionally as much. We think rationally. It causes our emotions to become dampened, and it actually enhances a logic-oriented neurological functions. That's what I wanted to say. The male INFJs, or males in general, have a variant of vasopressin in our blood that when our adrenaline starts pumping, or we feel fight or flight, any type of opposition, any type of fight against us, our emotions become dampened, and it's not something we control. It's natural. We were made this way. You could call it genes, you could call it instinct, whatever you want. All of that's biblical. It all goes back to the beginning of God creating us. So whether you want to say it's genetics, whether you want to say it's instinct, whether you want to say it's God making us, it's religion, I don't really care. Facts are still facts. That men think rationally. You might say, okay, Eric, I get why you're saying that, but where are you going with this? Women have a separate chemical in their body that causes them to feel stronger than a man does. Why is this important? Because INFJ's FE and our feelings directly influence RNI. Women already naturally have 3 times stronger intuition. Women trust your feelings. No, let me take that back. Don't trust your feelings. Trust your intuition after thinking through your feelings. Your intuition is generally stronger than a man's. However, male INFJs naturally use their TI more, meaning it is easier for us male INFJs, to come to conclusions on what our NI is telling us. Your feelings, women, are going to interfere with your NI because NI works in the subconscious layer of the brain. That has nothing to do with emotions and everything to do with 100% logic. NI, or I should rephrase that, intuition is 100% logic. It's connecting dots, figuring out patterns, events. Why do things happen? What is leading up to this? It has nothing to do with your emotions. You naturally feel, and that is wonderful because you are more charismatic than male INFJs. From my experiences, male INFJs have a lot of energy. They have a lot of, I'm going to talk a million miles an hour, and they can be friendly with people, but they lack the emotional empathy to, I'm trying to think, I really don't want to word this wrong. Male INFJs, most of them are still empaths. There's not really a difference between us feeling, but because women naturally are more concerned with bonding, they're more concerned with emotional value and the meaning, the personal and emotional meaning behind things. And yes, I've done studies on men and women, and I've researched it, and I've learned about it, and I've studied. So, I understand women. Women, I get you. I grew up in a household full of women, and I understand man because I'm a man. Understand man. I understand men. Right. Counselor mode. I have switched to counselor mode because it is time to change the topic a little bit. All right, I'm going to talk about men and women because I think this will help clarify my message a little bit more. Let's start with men. What do you see behind me? This is a door, a wall, a bunch of wood, and an alarm detector right up there. This is a man's brain. All right, now there is something special about a man's brain. A study was done on Penn State University where wires were hooked up to a man's brain. They monitored his brainwaves. And at one point, everyone was just lying, chilling. He was just lying there in silence. Brainwaves flatlined. Doctor said, I think we lost him. I think he's dead. Huh? And the brainwaves started going again. What am I trying to say? Men have the ability to think of absolutely nothing and still breathe. Women do not. Study was done on women, and their brain waves fluctuated. Why is that important? It's beautiful, isn't it? Look at all the pretty colors. You have blue, you have little bits of black, you have a little bit of red in there, you have some white. Look at the sunshine breaking through. It's a woman's brain. All the colors are connected. Such a beautiful display. La 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 la. Comes into the living room. Man is sitting there in his chair. What you thinking about? Nothing. Well, you can't possibly be thinking about nothing. Talk to me. Nope. I was thinking about nothing. I was a pretty good role till you showed up. Go away. Okay. Alright. Take a moment to soak that one in. What is the moral here? Let's go back to women's brains and kind of tie this up a little bit, alright? Women. It was beautiful. The scene in your mind was beautiful. You're in a good mood. Go talk to your husband. Share the good news with him. Life is good. I feel good. Don't you want to feel good? What are you feeling right now? Nothing. Women! Men don't feel like you do. Are you seeing how this can become an issue? And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All right. Gotta breathe. Are you seeing how this can become an issue interfering with your NI? It's pretty frustrating, isn't it? To have to connect with somebody or want to connect with somebody who just doesn't feel as strongly as you do. It can be frustrating, can't it? To have to try to bond with somebody who feels stronger than you do. Isn't that right, Mr. Overstimulation? Isn't that right? It's frustration. All right. This isn't an attack on anyone. I'm just kind of painting the conflict that happens in relationships and INFJ struggles in the process. Oh, I'm gonna laugh so hard when I watch this video again. I'm so sorry. Please forgive the unprofessionalism. All right. So I've kind of painted a picture. I don't think I need to describe this too much. At the end of this video, just go back and like watch the beginning and you'll understand what I was trying to say, I hope. Let's have another little skit, shall we? Alright, so in this case, the woman is going to be the INFJ trying to reach out to a non-INFJ male. Let's go. Oh no, he's been sitting like that for an hour. He must be so upset he hasn't said a word. I should go talk to him. He probably needs a hug. Man, it is so good to unwind from a long day of work in my nothing box. Nothing's here. No noise, no life, no kids, just me, the TV, and... What you thinking about? Now, I am thinking about why you are here. I just wanted to come talk to you. Oh, okay. About what? I just want to see how you're doing. I'm good. I'm relaxing. That's nice. So... do we have to talk right now? Oh, no, I was just trying to make sure you were okay. You looked upset over here. No, I'm not upset. I'm okay. Just relaxing. Poor guy. He doesn't want to talk because he's so overwhelmed. I know what I'll do. I'll go make him some food. Or I'll just sit right next to him. Company will make him feel better. What are you doing? I'm just sitting down. Okay. Alright. Right. Okay. Why won't he tell me what's on his mind? I just want to know what he's feeling so I can do something about it. Man, I'm so glad that she's not talking to me right now. I really need some alone time to unwind and de-stress. Yeah, that's what I need. Do you want something to eat? No, I'm okay. Thanks. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm positive. I just want to sit down and relax. Thanks. Appreciate the offer. Last night on the news, we had heard... Now he turns up the TV. Jeez, he's just ignoring me now. This man doesn't even care about me. I do all of this just to try to make him feel better, and he has the nerve to blow me off. I don't mean to be rude. I just need to be alone. Stop thinking and unwind. I don't want to think about anything. Please, just don't ask me any more questions. Nothing. There's nothing. Why don't we watch something together? No, please. I'm okay. I came out here to be alone. No disrespect towards you. I just want to be alone. Okay? Just for now. I said it. I didn't want to say it, but I said it. I hope she doesn't get upset by this. I can understand why you would want to be alone. After all, I guess I can be a bother sometimes. It's not like I mean to be, but I just feel like I get in everyone's way and no one understands me. Why are you crying? You don't talk to me. I feel so useless and you don't understand me. Oh, no, not now. Can this wait like 10 minutes, please? Why don't you ever make time for me? I'm always the last on your bucket list. You'd sooner make time for your TV shows. My feelings don't matter to you. Yes, they do. I just can't deal with it right now. But I make time for you and you can't do the same when I need you. Alright, I'm gonna do a male skit later because I'm out of energy now. Please comment your thoughts below if you like these skits. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you find these comical, I would love to do more. I would actually get my friends together and we could actually like do a comedy skit together. But yeah, please tell me if you like these. This is my third skit that I've ever done. I personally enjoy them. Yeah, let me know what you think. So, women, I'm sure you can understand exactly what I'm getting at here. Your emotions weren't in line with your NI. Watching this video, you probably weren't feeling too much. So, you're likely thinking logically because you weren't personally affected by this scenario, and you were seeing, oh yeah, I do that sometimes. Okay, I can see why that's a little bit irrational. I can see. All right, I don't need to feel. I need to work on my feelings a little bit. And men, same thing with you, because our weakness is that we don't feel. And we can seem really insensitive and incompassionate at times because our body is doing this naturally. We don't do it, it happens. And it takes disciplining yourself and make the conscious choice to be like, all right, I will have my alone time in 5 minutes after I give her 5 minutes of my time. I can spare 5 minutes. I'm not going to die. I'm not going to burn out. I can give her 5 minutes and then she'll let me be alone. I'll get to be alone. She has what she needs and we'll both be happy. Versus dealing with the constant angst in the back of your mind, knowing you can't go back to your nothing box because it's gone. There's a problem. Deal with it. And if there's not a problem, make a solution. Explain the solution, right? And I'm sure a lot of you men watching this video, you're probably realizing, oof, I do a lot of those things. Turning up the TV, the volume so that I can't hear people, even though it might annoy them, just because it's something that I want in the moment and I feel like I need it. Yeah, tuning people out, really being insensitive, not making time for them, you know, not giving them my attention. Stuff like that. It can really hinder our relationships with other people. And women, that's what I'm talking about when I say emotions getting involved with NI. It takes a conscious effort to use your TI and think through those emotions. Why are you feeling this way? What just triggered that thought? What just triggered the anger? What just triggered the depression or the sorrow? I don't like using depression because that's a mindset. I guess certainly it's a chemical imbalance too, but you know what I mean. No, it's definitely worse if you think you're going to be depressed, if you think depressed. I talked about that in my last video. Go watch it if you haven't already. But it takes a conscious effort to think through these emotions and realize that it's not your intuition talking, it's emotions talking. And if there's one thing that following your heart will teach you is that it always ends up in some kind of roller coaster where sooner or later you do vomit and it does hurt coming up. Sooner or later the anger comes up, the wrath comes up, the sorrow or depression comes up because it's been repressed, you crash and burn, and then all of a sudden you're like, how did I get here? Alright, one way or another, following your heart will only lead to pain, sooner or later. Sure, there might be joy on the ride. Of course roller coasters are fun, until you start getting sick to your stomach and want to get off, but you can't because the roller coaster's still going. Alright, so this was a little skit. Again, go back at the beginning if you want to try to understand the core message that I was trying to say here. But everybody, thank you for watching. INFJs and people everywhere, you are all beautiful, you are all unique, and you all have individual potential that nobody else can muster. Go use it. Do something with yourself. Chase your dreams. Don't be afraid to hold on to hope, because hope doesn't disappoint more than having no hope, right? So that being said, go chase your dreams. Run full speed ahead on whatever it is you're pursuing. If it's work, if it's family, if it's sleep. Don't ever do something half-heartedly. You have so much more potential than you give yourself credit for, and don't let somebody else be the one to validate that. It's true whether you accept it or not. It's not a matter of realizing it, it's a matter of accepting it. And if you don't accept it, somebody else will. And when they tell you, you won't accept their opinion because you don't accept it. You have to see and believe that you have potential, or no compliment in the world will reach your ears. Doesn't matter if somebody tells you you're pretty. If you still think that you're ugly, you won't believe them. Their compliment won't reach your heart. If you still think that you're tired, it doesn't matter if somebody tells you, come on, one more hour of work. You'll say, no, I want to go home. I'm tired. Doesn't matter if you don't think that you're good enough. If somebody tells you you're good enough, you won't believe them. Okay, you have to validate yourself before anybody else can. People want to compliment you. They want to encourage you. But INFJs, this is something we struggle with. At least I did. I don't anymore, because I've learned to say, screw my feelings. They don't mean anything. They're not concrete. People don't agree with them. I don't agree with them sometimes. Why am I listening to them? Why am I listening to my feelings that are telling me I'm not good enough today? That doesn't make any sense. Why am I not good enough? Well, because I failed yesterday. All right, well, that's yesterday. Screw it. All right, you're not getting that day back. You're already 24 hours closer to death. As far as I'm concerned, the day is dead. Whatever happened yesterday is over. All right? You live in the moment, not in the past. If you live in the past, there's going to be trouble. I've talked about this in my other videos. All right, so as a man thinketh in his heart, so he is. You have to live in the present, and if you wait for somebody else to validate you, you will never be validated. You have to realize it yourself. And it comes with the conscious choice of saying, I don't care how I feel. I don't care that I feel like this painting isn't good enough. That's pretty darn good. And if you say, well, it's not good, because look at some of the famous paintings out there and some of the famous painters. What about Ross? Bob Ross. He's pretty good. I'm nothing like him. Yeah, well, I can't draw a straight stick figure. So you did good. And if you are always comparing yourself to the one who's better than you, you will never be good enough for you. If you realize, hey, I've made progress. I'm better than I used to be, and I'm certainly better than novices. Well, that's pretty dang good. Do you have any idea how much skill it takes to be better at anything than a novice? Throwing knives, bow and arrow. Bow and arrow is really tough. People think it's easy. It is not easy. I've used one. I know how to use one. They are not easy. I am less than novice. All right? They are not easy. Running a mile, I think that's pretty hard. It's not that hard. But if you can do it, there are a lot of people who can't run 20 seconds before running out of breath. There are a lot of people who can't jog 40 seconds straight before running out of breath. If you can jog 2 minutes straight, that's pretty dang good. Granted, it's not professional athlete good, but that's better than like 35% of the population. Validate yourself. All right, if you have a 4-pack, that's more than 30% of the male population. All right, a lot of males have muscle because they work at a warehouse or something. They don't have a solid 4-pack. I do, because I did the One Punch Man challenge. Validate yourself. You did this. You did the work. You made the act. You made the choice. You accomplished a task. You did the dishes. Stop saying I didn't do enough today. You did the dishes. Compliment yourself. If you don't validate yourself and encourage yourself, no one else's words are going to matter. It doesn't matter if they tell you something you don't agree with. You don't agree with it. So agree with it and move on. Get your emotions under control, women. Men, stop being so neglectful. It is something we struggle with. We've all got to work on it, even me. See you all next time.